Hi, Dougie Murphy for Douglas Tackle here with Stuart Grice. How you going, Stuart?
Yeah, good, Dougie. How are you, mate?
Mate, I'm great now. I'm here beside you, Stuart.
Oh, mate. A lot of people say that, but anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Firstly, Happy New Year, everyone. Hope you had a great weekend just gone, and we know the weather's been terrible. We've had, as you know, tornadoes, heat wave, floods all in 7 days.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so something's going on, but I don't know what it is. But anyhow, it's definitely not from us. I can assure you, because the weather would be nice if it was.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and this weekend it's going to unfortunately look a bit, for offshore guys, it's a bit average. It's it's 30 knots on Sunday, 25 on Saturday from the southeast, and we're talking the I think the 5th, 6th, 7th, which is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, coming up of January 2024. So guys, it's a bit average. So, but we will tell you what's going to go on, because next week, about Tuesday, Wednesday, Stuart, it comes not too bad.
It does.
But they said the same about today, which is Thursday.
Yeah.
It was going to be nice, and that's blown 15 to 20, but anyhow, it is what it is. But let's hope they hold it right next week. So the weather looks really good. They're saying, I think Tuesday, Wednesday is like 6 knots.
Yeah.
See what happens. So offshore, Stuart.
Yes.
There was a few guys actually got out this morning and chased dolphin fish.
Yeah.
And got them.
They did. Yeah. So all the fads after that southerly blows, it's definitely going to be on.
It's a guarantee.
So,
it's a guarantee.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty
I don't guarantee, but it's a very good chance.
Okay, better than normal.
Yep.
And we've got a good fish bite coming up the next sort of from Saturday, as always. This one gets rough, the fish bite goes up really high, and it goes right through to about Thursday next week.
Yep.
Yeah. So if you can get it out midweek, that's the time to go ashore.
Yep.
And obviously dolphin fish out wide. Marlin. So Stu, the marlin turned up last Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, that's right. So a fair few fish were caught. Look, couple trolling, couple live bait in. It's been not too bad. Obviously, after that, we had that crap weather come through.
Correct.
And no one's fished really since then. But apparently, there was a fair bit of bait out today around Spotix, and there was a few boats that were hooked up. So
yeah, and that's where they got the fish last week last weekend. And you're talking like I got 8 from 10 fish, which is a pretty good hookup rate. And he's a good fisherman, Chris, and the boys and the girls there. But the fish were quite big, Stuart, like 60 kilo average.
Good average, yeah.
60 to 80 kilo. Not many little ones. So be prepared to get sore arms, back stretched, rod stretched, line stretched on those good sized marlin that are around at the moment.
Yep.
There's been a few in close too. Actually spoke to one of the charter boats. They ran over one a couple of days ago at the front, just on 50 metres. It was just sitting on the surface. Sun in itself, or cloud in itself, whatever. Anyhow, they're there. So they're starting to show up, and the reason why they're starting to show up is if you go back early last week, we had horrendous current out here.
We did,
which wasn't meant to be, but it was. It was running about 3 or 4 knots out wide. It was like 2 knots even in close. Guys, spout crab pots got sucked underwater, and hopefully they'll pop back up, but I don't know. But anyhow, guys, and that's what brought all that warm water. It actually turned the spotty mackerel on down at Palmy as well, and gravel patch. There's quite a few mackerel caught. A lot of little Spanish as well, but there's still about a metre, or 900 to a metre. Obviously legal size on the Spanish is 75, Stuart, is that correct? I think it is. 75 centimetres. And now the currents actually dropped right off. So it's actually, even if you look at the charts, it's running hard out wide around 1,000 metres deep, but in close it's actually trickling to the west a little bit, even to the north, coming next couple of days, I noticed. So we need that strong current to come back, but after, it doesn't matter if you've got southerly wind, that'll help it regardless. It'll push the warm water in and pushes all the bait in, and that's when it all starts to happen. So I reckon mid next week it'll be good if you can get a sickie or get a day off. Trouble is, everyone's going back to work mid next week. Anyhow, it is what it is. But give it a go. Yeah. So a few spanish crabs around, Stewie snapper. Be good. Yeah, still been a fair few snapper around in, say, that 40 to 60 metres type of thing.
Mate, it's just abnormal, Dougie, but they're still biting pretty well.
That's right, I spoke to a couple of guys bagged out again on 36s near the fads again, fad 12C, and up on the fad 14, I think is up the top end there. So give that a crack, and the 50s, there's obviously been a few pearlies and snapper and parrot and everything. And quite a few trag on the 36s too here. And good sized trag too. So you got dolphin fish, you got marlin, deep dropping maybe next Tuesday, Wednesday if you got the good weather. It might be worth a crack as well. Yeah, just check that current before you go to the big run. But before it drops off, if it drops off, and mackerel down off Mermaid maybe definitely palmy and
Yep.
gravel patch. So they should start shooting a bit further north up over the next sort of couple of weeks. So we'll see that happen. And then I'll probably Southport. I'd say they might even be there now, but definitely within 2 weeks. Yep. So that's about it for offshore waters. Now we'll go into jumping pin. Well, still a bit of dirty water,
Mate, very dirty.
Very dirty.
Very, very dirty. So yeah, look, I'd definitely be trying like more around the bar mouths and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We've had so much rain, doggy.
Yeah.
It's pumping a lot of fresh out.
Yeah.
Definitely a good time to put your crab pots in.
Yeah.
But apart from that, yeah, try for flatties around that deeper water. The thing is, all of that dirty water does float. It is fresh, so
Yeah.
it's still clean and nice and salty underneath.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but after all that rain, everything small gets flushed out. I'd be using little prawn type style, like bright stuff. Try to get through that dirty water a bit. So that's a new little Dr. Prawn. They're going to work a treat, bright colours, pink, white, pretty good. Vibes, Dougie, something that makes a bit of noise in the water as well, like small stuff, little squid trexes, or the little switch prawn.
Yeah, they're good. Very good.
They've been working a treat. Young Marcus that works in the shop actually been catching a few flatties in the canals on them. So
Yeah, right.
yeah, in the last couple of days after that rain. So
Yeah. So yeah, give that a crack and definitely try for whiting around those basins at the end of South Australia there.
yeah,
Yep, on the high tide. The high tide's going to be the cleanest water, obviously. It might push that dirty water back in a bit. Once you get out towards the mouth, it'll be sort of like patches of brown, patches of clear. There will be tail in amongst that too, I dare say.
Yeah.
And probably dart as well. Dart like that sort of water as well. And there'll be bream probably everywhere around Kalinga and Short and that sort
All
of
that
area.
deeper
Yeah,
water.
deeper water.
Yep.
And definitely worth a go for Dewey's, I'd say, as well in the deeper part at the mouth to entrance into
pin bar.
Pin Bar and Swan
Swan
Bay,
Bay.
but at the front, don't go on Swan Bay.
No.
So guys, I've seen guys in there too. I don't know if you guys know this, but it is a green zone, and sometimes I'm fishing out in the bar there area, and I look in and I cringe because I don't want you guys to get in trouble, but you cannot go in there to fish.
Yep.
I see guys at the front of their boat casting. They obviously don't know, or they're game, one of the two. But don't do it, please.
Yep.
Oh, sorry guys, just going to get rid of this for a sec.
Yeah.
Okay, all good. Technical hitch. So, so Stu, down the Broadwater, what's happening down there, mate?
Yeah, so same thing. So I'd definitely try putting your pots around in the Broadwater for muddies and stuff like that, Dougie. So around Sovereign, mouth of Coomera, mouth of Pimpama, all that type of
100%.
area, out the front of Coran.
Yeah, deeper water.
Definitely try around there. But Dougie, that run-in tide, I'd definitely try around the Seaway for Taylor and stuff. This time of year, you get Taylor, Trevally, all that type of thing on that run-in. Dirty water, push a lot of bait out, but poppers work really well. So just that medium type size, nothing too big.
Yeah, great popper those. The tackle house from Japan. These little stick baits will work well too, Stu. Just be careful they don't sink too fast.
Yeah, that's right.
So
Little
they'll work well.
Stick baits work pretty good as well.
they're
But
good.
so and the Dewey's on the end of the North Wall's definitely.
Yep, definitely, and on the bottom of the tide, last hour of the run out. There's been a few flatties caught. I have seen a few flatties being caught on the North Wall, even though it's quite dirty. But they're getting them more on the high tide when it's that sort of semi-clear water. Sand crabs have been a bit quiet, folks. There was a lot out there prior to the rain. They don't like dirty water, simple as that. The muddies don't mind it, but the sandies hate it. So I'm guessing they've been all pushed outside, maybe. You still get the odd ones. But once that water clears up the next week or two, they'll start to come back inside again, I think. Stu, the other thing I meant to mention was before and offshore, I forgot to tell the guys, but we got back in the glow bites, which everyone sort of loves these things.
Yeah, that's right. They got the little LED water activated
eye. They're happening.
They work a treat.
Yeah, they're good. They're good. And they just catch you just put the rod hold and they just snap a jump on those things. And in skirts, we've just got a heap of skirts in again too, Stu. I know we're going backwards here, but I forgot to show everyone. So I've got a heap of fat boys in, obviously Pakulas as well, and Bill Marks in all the colours that you need. Guys, the guys that are getting the spotties to Stu, I meant to say, they got them on deep divers, but not super deep.
No.
So like Helco 190s and that sort of thing. Okay. I'm going to go back inside again. Sorry, I just meant to show you those guys. Stu, trolling for flatties in this sort of water probably better than maybe casting at the moment.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be spread out, so
Yep.
you've got to cover some ground, but just bright colours again, stuff like that.
Yep.
Little S-tackle ones, shake and dance.
They work very well.
They work quite well.
Those two colours are like just no-brainers.
Yep.
Stu, there's been I think a few wide in the rain. The Hinds hasn't gone over yet. What was it? What was the depth?
96.6.
That's an amazing rise. So if you go back the clock back a week ago on Friday last week or Thursday last week, it was 79%.
Yeah.
And now it's 96%. If you've been up the Hinds now, it's quite a big dam, so it's risen like 6 to 10 metres in depth over that massive area, so it's quite big.
Yeah.
Quite a big rise. Anyhow, but that would mean that the Bass will be on. So you can still fish, I think it's closed at the moment. I would dare think it's not closed while it's not going over. Surface stuff's due. There'll be a lot of little waterfalls and creeks happening at the moment.
Well, that's right, and a lot of that freshly covered kind of vegetation and trees and all that stuff.
Mate,
so a lot of little bugs coming out of that type of area. So little surface stuff works really good. You know what? When it's flooding or like filling that quick, you'll catch stuff on surface all day, Dougie. Like, it doesn't have to be an early morning thing or anything like that.
Yeah.
But
they're just sitting underneath that water trickling down the hills.
Yeah.
Just or any little waterfall off a rock, they're just sitting there, just cast straight in there. Yeah. So work it back on the surface and you'll get slammed.
Yeah. Other than that, you can still troll, obviously. Yep. So stuff like that, that's a little Tilsman bass. But yeah, the Helco one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you do fish the Hinds, and if you can remember where the trees were above you out of the water at one stage when you're looking at the bank, that's where the fish will be now.
That's right.
Yeah. Or clumps of grass or whatever it is. So Stu, a few bass around. Obviously the creeks, guys, it's just too dangerous, even though the rain's shut down for a bit now. The odd storm maybe over the weekend, but it's just still flooding. So it's just too risky. So I suggest to stay away from any creeks or up the upper reaches or the skinny waters, and just keep to the dams at the moment.
Let it calm down a bit.
Yeah, calm down a bit. Yeah. Okay, Stu, anything else you want to talk about on the fishing scene, mate?
I think that's about it, really.
We don't have big lots, guys, because obviously it's been a week of really, really bad weather and a lot of heartaches for everybody, and feel sorry for those that have gone through it a little bit the last week, especially guys up in Tamborine. We're all there for you, help you out when we can. And guys, take it easy. We have got our next seminar coming up in about 2 weeks' time, Stewie, on mackerel fishing. Yeah, so we'll keep you updated on the date of that when we get close to it. And be good out there, be safe. Remember the weather this weekend is probably going to be more for inshore rather than offshore. And midweek next week, hopefully we'll see some good weather for offshore. Okay, that's Dougie Burt, Stewie, and the team here at Doug Burt Tackle World. Thank you very much, and don't forget to follow us on our YouTube page and our Facebook and Instagram pages.
That's it.
Thank you.
Too easy. Thanks. Bye.